Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath and we are on location at a regional record show. Twice a year in this building right back here, there is a regional record show. We came, I guess it was about a year ago. I'll link to that video right up here, boop. And we're gonna go inside, check it out. I'm gonna bring you with us. We're gonna go shop for some vinyl. Let's see what's in there. Okay, so it's actually been like 2.5 hours since I went inside. I've done all the crate diving. I've got a bag full of records. My bag runneth over. But here's the thing that I've learned from this experience is that people selling their records do not necessarily want you filming their $250 prized Doors album or filming while you're digging through the crates, which I understand. So I did the best that I could. But that's why there's not like 8 minutes of crate digging footage to be seen in this video, because people aren't huge fans of that. But I can show you that this is the bag that I carried in. This is my record bag, and I bought a lot of records. So in fact, one of them was actually given to me for free. So instead of doing like a haul here at the steps of the convention center, we're gonna go back to the to Serial at Midnight headquarters, and we'll wrap up there, and I'll show you guys what I got and we can talk all about it. And I want to talk about the shirt too. So we will cut to Serial at Midnight headquarters now. And we are now in the Serial at Midnight studios. I have the bag of records here beside me. I don't remember everything that I bought. It's kind of a blur. I was just going crate to crate to crate, vendor to vendor, and I got some really good deals. You know, I don't go to these shows to get like a $50 copy of Beatles for sale. I go to these shows to dig through the crates and to find, you know, a wide array of things. You guys know I have very eclectic tastes, and so that is the appeal for me, is to go digging through those crates looking for cool things that maybe I'm not super familiar with that I want to explore, or things that I know that I want and I just haven't found yet. So I had a list, but a lot of the stuff that I bought did not come from the list. Some of it did. Anyway, we'll start with this one. Al Kooper's Big Deal, an Al Kooper anthology. It is Unclaimed Freight. What is the name of this thing? Al's Big Deal, Unclaimed Freight. It's a 2-record set. Al Kooper, in case you don't know, was the cat who, legendarily, the story was, he was the session musician sitting in with Dylan on Like a Rolling Stone. Bob Dylan, the recording of Like a Rolling Stone. I think he was on guitar, and he moved over to the organ, and they were like, "Man, you don't know how to play the organ. Don't worry about it." And he was like, I think I can keep up. Let me give it a shot. And he's on the organ that you hear in the song. That famous Hammond organ sound on Like a Rolling Stone is Al Kooper. And he has had a long, illustrious solo career, producer's career, and then a partnership with other musicians as well. So I've been meaning to grab some Al Kooper. And this is a, it has a big a big sticker. This is stuck to the cover. This is a demonstration, not for sale, probably radio station copy maybe. And this cutout in the corner means that it could not be returned. Like sometimes you could send an unsold record back to the distributor, to the manufacturer, and you could get a credit for it, or you could return a record. But this means no returns. So this is probably a radio station copy or a display copy, something like that. But it's 2 records. This was $5. It's in really good shape. Did I show you the back? So Al Kooper. Gary Puckett in the Union Gap. Now this is a band that I'm not overly familiar with. I know a few of the songs, but I don't know a ton of Gary Puckett in the Union Gap tracks. But I will say that lately, I guess some of the stuff that I've been buying on Amazon, they keep suggesting this to be like, you want Gary Puckett, and customers who bought this also bought Gary Puckett in the Union Gap's greatest hits. So I'm going to give it a shot. This was $3. The goal for me, again, crate digging, looking for deals. I got some good deals. And I don't think any record was more than $5. In fact, no record was more than $5. John Sebastian, Welcome Back. Now, John Sebastian is he's one of the founding members, one of the, I don't want to say the leader because that's not necessarily accurate, but in the Lovin' Spoonful, one of the songwriters, and he left the Lovin' Spoonful before the Lovin' Spoonful wrapped up. They were still going. He left. Hey, he played at Woodstock, a solo set at Woodstock. Fantastic songwriter, very folk rock, that kind of a thing. And then when he left the Lovin' Spoonful in the 70s, he went on to do, what year is this? It does not have a year, but in the 70s, he went on to do the theme song for Welcome Back, Kotter. Welcome Back. That's what this album is, Welcome Back. But this also has some other versions of, so it's got Didn't Want to Have to Do It, which is one of my favorite, maybe my all-time favorite Lovin' Spoonful songs. And there's a version of that here, so I'm guessing it's an alternate version. So I was really excited to pick this up. And from that same vendor, I grabbed Jerry Lee Lewis 20, what do they call this? 20 greatest hits. So these seem to come from the Sun Records period. There's not a lot of information here. It's very, very stripped down as far as there's no production information or anything like that. I can tell you that it says it's printed in England, and it's from a company called Black Tulip. So I don't know who Black Tulip is. If you are in England and you're a vinyl fan, do you know the Black Tulip label? I could do some research, but there's just no production information in here, so I don't know if these are covers, if these are the originals. But it's 20 songs, so that's a pretty good haul. It's got CC Rider on here. It's got Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, Elvis songs, of course, Johnny Be Good, stuff like that. So Jerry Lee Lewis, legend of that Sun Studios sound, contemporary of Elvis. Johnny Cash, was it Carl Perkins is the other member of the $1 Million Quartet, the Sun Records guys. Okay, what's next? Vanilla Fudge, Renaissance. There is an interesting story behind this record. So I was digging through this guy's crates, and he was like, anything you see in there, ask me about it. We can, I'll come down on them. We'll make a deal. And I was like, okay. So this has a $5 price tag on it. And I was looking at the record, and I was like, I don't know. This has some, it's not necessarily scratched, but it has some scuffs on it. I'm trying to find the scuffs so that I can show you guys. I don't even know that they show up on camera. Actually, it does have some scratches on it. I don't know that they're too deep. I don't know that they're going to show up here. Maybe they will. But anyway, I was like, I just don't know how I feel about this. Have you play tested this? Do you know if this is going to play? And he said, no, I can't, I can't help where I get them from. I just buy them. I don't grade the condition. So, you know what? You're right. Why don't you just, just take it. Just take it for free. And I was like, he didn't say it resentfully. He was like, just take it. Just take it for free. He didn't say it like that, but he was like, why don't you just take it? So I was like, are you sure? No, it's okay. You don't have to do that. And he was like, no, just go ahead. Just go ahead and take it. You're interested. I don't know. It doesn't look great. Go ahead and take it. So he gave me this record. So whether or not it sounds good or not, I have zero investment in this. And Vanilla Fudge is one of those bands that I have been meaning to get more stuff from. There's a greatest hits, I think. I'm not sure what the the print, the CD. I mean, there's like a greatest hits CD. I'm not sure if it's in print anymore. There was a box set called Box of Fudge that I want, but it's also out of print. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get the Vanilla Fudge records, and then I'll just go from there. So now I have this one, and this, by the way, this has the Vanilla Fudge Season of the Witch. Donovan, the 60s British 60s sensation Donovan, called at the time the English or the British Bob Dylan, which I don't think Bob Dylan liked at all. But if you've seen the D.A. Pennybacker, rest in peace, documentary, Don't Look Back, there's an entire conflict there between Bob Dylan and Donovan. But Season of the Witch, it's a fantastic cover by Vanilla Fudge. Oh, I got Chris Christopherson, Border Lord. How about that cover? That's a cool cover, man. So I didn't even look to see what was on here. I just know that I was flipping through this guy's crate. It was $3 and I was like, yes, I'll take that. Looks great. Looks like it's never been listened to, which would be an absolute crime. I'm trying to think if there's any of these songs that you guys might know. No, I don't really think so. This is one of those. It's 1972. Man, I love Chris Christopherson though. So I love this. This is gonna be great. It's a great cover too. Okay. Taking a chance on some of these things. I got Spinners, pick of the litter. Then the Spinners, previously known as the Detroit Spinners. Name changes, personnel changes, but they come from that late 60s into. Now I think the Spinners were around for a long time, but this is the 1975. I don't know. I'm not well versed in the Spinners. I do like them. I know they're on my Midnight Special DVD sets, but I can't tell you what. Oh, well, they were made of this group and this member and this member. Well, if I had any questions, we have a guide to tell us who is who. Oh, this is Billy Henderson, you guys. This is Billy Henderson, and I know that because there's his name. But this is another one that looks really good, and it still has the classy black sleeve. This was $3, and from this guy's booth, I bought a few things. I think I bought the following 4 records, and he was like, just give me $10. So I did. Everyone there was willing to bargain. So this, as I recorded this video, it was day 1 of the show, and everybody was wheeling and dealing. They were all coming down on prices. I heard 2 vendors say that this year, more than other years, is a buyer's market, meaning that maybe the vinyl trend has peaked and is starting to level off a little bit and maybe decline. I don't know. Here's the thing. I think new vinyl is bigger than it's been in a long time, but I don't know the people willing to go digging through crates for things like this. Paul Revere and the Raiders, greatest hits. Kicks. Your kicks just keep getting harder to find. Before you find out it's too late, you better get straight. Hungry. I'm trying to think. Good Thing. The good Paul Revere's classic stuff. That's all here. And this one is like another one of those that's just immaculate. What's next? Smokey Robinson and the Miracles Greatest Hits Volume 2. If you're in the UK, I'm not being obscene with this. I'm just giving you the number 2. There's no offense intended. But this has Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, obviously one of those great soul acts from the 60s, and into Smokey Robinson on into through today. Tracks of My Tears, I Second That Emotion. Very good stuff. And this is from the Tamla label. There was a guy there at the table. He was like, well, this is probably the 3rd pressing of this because it's on the Tamla label, and you can tell. Like, he was dropping all this knowledge on me, and I was just like, I just want to listen to it. I just want to pay the $3 and listen to Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. He's like, well, you can't go wrong with that one because that's a good record. I was like, yeah, okay. Thank you. The Young Rascals, also known as The Rascals. Collections. Now, despite the name Collections, this is not like a greatest hits album or anything like this. I believe Collections was their 3rd album. I could be wrong, but I think it was their 3rd album. Look at what they've done here with this cover. Each side has someone right side up. They're going to make me hunt for it, though. Boop. Where is it? Here it's okay. I feel like I'm in a psychedelic haze. Okay. Check this out, you guys. The Beach Boys, Surfin' USA. This is a later pressing. This is not an earlier pressing. This is a later pressing. But the thing is it looks, the record is gorgeous. I mean, it is gorgeous. It's got the plastic sleeve. I was going to try to show you guys, like, look how gorgeous it is, but it's not going to show up on the camera. It doesn't look like it's ever been listened to. It looks brand new, and the jacket does not look brand new, but the record itself does. I'm a huge Beach Boys fan. This is very, very early Beach Boys. I want to say this is their second album. Again, don't quote me. I'm pulling this stuff off the top of my head. I'm not presenting this as a researched video, but I think it's their second album. And it has Surfin' USA. Farmer's Daughter is a great Brian Wilson composition. The Lonely Sea, early glimpse of that Brian Wilson melancholy, Brian Wilson ennui. So this is $3. Actually, this is another one of those booths where I bought 4, I think, and he was like, just give me $10. So bulk discount. Oh, I forgot about this. This is exciting. It's 24 original classics by the Everly Brothers. Now, some of you might be like, what? Excuse me? I think the Everly Brothers were absolutely pioneers of rock and roll, of folk rock, of all these things. You know, Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day and Norah Jones have an entire album of Everly Brothers covers called Songs... I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But Everly Brothers were a fantastic duo. That unique sound, Bye Bye Love, Wake Up Little Susie, All I Have to Do Is Dream. It's very mellow. It's not like super rockin' or anything like that. Kathy's Clown. I love stuff like that. Very 50s 50s music, but it's great. And here's, did I show you guys the back of it? So this was 4. But again, oh yeah, I'm just realizing I got an even better deal because they weren't all $3. Some of them are more than that. Here we go. Vanilla Fudge. This is the first Vanilla Fudge album. This is the one that has You Keep Me Hanging On. I had to think about it for a second. You Keep Me Hanging On. They're probably their biggest hit, maybe, I want to say, is their... Some people have called Vanilla Fudge a bridge between psychedelic music and heavy metal. It was a psychedelic heavy metal. And that song, you keep me hanging on, is blistering. It is smoking hot, and so that's on here. Also a cover of Ticket to Ride, Eleanor Rigby. I'm excited about this album, and it doesn't look perfect, but it does still have the sleeve. It probably just needs to be cleaned a little bit. And let's see. This is. Can you guys see this? Still very shiny. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? It's got like one little mark here around the end of side 1. But what else did I get? Oh, the 11 Spoonful. Hums of the 11 Spoonful. This is the one that has Coconut Grove, Nashville Cats, and Summer in the City. Hot Town, Summer in the City. This is another one. It doesn't look great, not stellar, but for that price, you can't beat that. So, someone has written their name on the jacket, but hey, there's John Sebastian. We were talking about, see if I can grab that other record really quick so we can do a time comparison. John Sebastian in the 60s, John Sebastian in the 70s. So, I'm a big fan of stuff like that. Is this the last one? This is the last one. Going out on a high note. Joe Cocker's greatest hits, including With a Little Help from My Friends. The theme of the Wonder Years TV show. One of those famous Woodstock recordings. So, I don't know a whole lot of Joe Cocker songs outside of that. This has You Are So Beautiful on it, which I guess I do know that one as well. But I'm really looking forward to discovering this album, seeing what all the other songs sound like. So that is my record show haul. But before I go, I want to talk about this shirt, because this shirt was a gift to me by the guys at clicktshop.com. And I'm going to put their information right here, clicktshop.com. And what they do is they make Kiss shirts that aren't super obviously Kiss shirts. Some of them are a little bit obvious, but none of them say Kiss. None of them have like Paul Stanley as the star child on them. They're all subtle inside Kiss shirts. So if you know Kiss, the history of Kiss, the Kisstory of Kiss, then you know that Wicked Lester is a very special band name, entity for Kiss. I'll just go ahead and tell you. I won't bury the lead. So Wicked Lester was the name of the band that Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley were in prior to Kiss. And it's just cool. It's kind of one of those things that music fans, like people who know that, will be like, Wicked Lester. So they sent me this. They reached out to me behind the scenes. They were like, would you check out our shop? And if you're interested in anything, let us know. And I think it's really cool. I would not be talking to you about it if I didn't think that it was very cool and worth going to look at, especially if you're watching this video and you like music and the history of music and vinyl and all that good stuff. So clicktshop.com, cool underground Kiss shirts. And they are Serial at Midnight approved. So guys, that is our record show video. It was a great trip. They do these twice a year. And I gotta say, I'm already excited about the next one. It's so interesting now because as I'm going to these, the same people have the same booths like they're in the same place. So you just know, like, oh, this guy's going to be here and he's going to have this. He's the guy with the $3 records, and they're not necessarily clean, but they're not scratched, and you can clean them up yourself, and he gives you a really good deal. And then this guy is the guy that's selling the things for $250 a piece. So you can kind of learn and kind of get a feel for it. So I'm excited about the next one, which should be coming around, I guess it'll be in February or so, just like the dead of winter. That'd be a good way to go break up the cold and the gray, depressing skies of winter. So we will hopefully be reconvening in 6 months for the next record collecting show. Until then, keep your eyes on serialatmidnight.com for all the latest developments. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. We haven't asked for that in a while, but just let us know that you care about us and that you're enjoying what you're seeing. Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And until next time, I will catch you later.